Hey, facts tell and stories sell, and sales are where you're going to make the money.
Look, insurance sucks. I'll just make it suck less.
Hey, listen, guys, it's Brad Hannon again here with another training video. I created this channel. We created this channel. Okay, we created this channel to help agents like yourself polish their skills, make more sales, and ultimately make a whole lot of money.
Here comes the money.
Here we go. Money talk.
Here comes the money.
And we're having fun doing it. If this channel has helped you in any way, whether it be this video or a video you watched 3 years ago, I'm hearing more and more feedback from more and more people, which is crazy that it's taken this long, but hey, that's what you expect. I hear from people like, man, I've been watching your content for a year, and I'm like, man, how are we just meeting? Like, I want to know who's watching this stuff. I want to know who's helping. I want to know how it can get better, right? That's the whole point behind doing it. So drop a comment. Hit that like button, subscribe to the channel. We're getting to 1,000. Once we hit 1,000, we're going to 2 to 3, 3 to 4, and we ain't never stopping. But today, I want to give you a freebie, right? I want to give you a story, okay, that you can use. You can borrow the story. You don't have to steal it because I'm giving it to you, right? Stealing is taking something without asking.
Stealing is wrong.
You don't have to ask me. I'm just giving it to you. Quick little story on a client that I helped. I share this with almost every new agent that comes through training with us. We train a lot of agents that have never sold before. Sorry, squirrel. Who've never sold before, don't have stories. I give them this story every time just to kind of have one to use. So it was October of, man, I love stories that start like that, right? It was October of 1999.
'Twas a long time ago, longer now than it seems.
No, it was October of 2018 or 19. I think it was 19. One of my good friends, Nick Loyette. Nick, I hope you're watching this, man. I hope you're checking this out. Miss you, love you. One of my good friends, Nick, he started in the insurance industry. In the first month that he started, he talked to this client, set this appointment, and this individual hadn't had coverage. His family hadn't had coverage for 2 years. Okay, their coverage went from about, I don't know, they said like $400 or $500 a month, and it kept going up and up and up, and it hit like $12,000. It hit like $1,200 a month, and so they dropped it and said they just didn't need coverage. Their healthy family, mid-30s, couple of kids, no coverage, and we had an appointment set. I jumped on the phone. I said, hey, listen, why haven't you had coverage? Right? She hadn't had coverage because the premium went up and they were healthy, didn't need it. So long story short, this individual, we put on a plan for November. No, it would have been, we talked to them in September. Okay. He started just prior to September. They went with the policy October 1st of 2019, or maybe even before that, because it was 30 days. It was 30 days after their effective date. That's what I know. It was sometime around October. 30 days after their effective date, this individual's husband went to the hospital. He had an aortic aneurysm, had about $700,000 worth of bills. I have the EOBs. Shoot me an email, Hannon, BHANNON at myHST. Hit me up. I'm happy to share the EOB. I've blacked it out and cropped it and all that stuff, so it's compliant. But reach out. I'm happy to share the EOB. But that's a story that I reflect on often, right? And there's many different ways that I reflect on it. So the background is they didn't have coverage. We talked to them. We presented a plan that was about $500-$600 a month, well within their budget. Not $1,200 what they had before, good kind of catastrophic coverage for the big stuff. That's what she wanted. Okay. She wrote me a 3-page letter that I can always kind of use as training material and stuff because she was so grateful. But the moral of this story is that when we wrapped up the sales presentation, which I did, okay, so it was the best presentation she's ever heard. I nailed every part of it. But even the best presentation in the world, okay, the best situation in the world, she wasn't ready to sign the dotted line. We went back and forth a little bit. I said, hey, listen, I totally understand you want your husband involved, right? Rookie mistake, only did it with just her. I've always done that. Listen, if one decision maker could be there, I feel like I can close it, so I'm good with one. If you need both, whatever. but I love closing it with just one of the decision makers. So I got to talk to my husband, right? That was the objection. Hey, no problem. I totally understand. Is your husband around now? Maybe we can give him a call. No, he'll be heading home from work here in a little bit. Okay, listen, no problem. If you want to call him, 3-way me in. I'm happy to answer any questions, kind of smooth things over. But here's what I think we do. I think we go ahead and go through the application now. We'll get you set up. If he has any issues with that, we can always kind of go backwards. Okay, cancel out the application. You got a free look period. I went through the whole rigmarole with it, right? Or the whole deal. The moral of the story is that 30 days after the effective date of the policy, and we went with like a next day effective, they didn't have coverage. 30 days after the policy, this individual was hospitalized with an aortic aneurysm, had a new valve, a new stem or whatever put in. It was $700,000 worth of bills. And anytime that I need a little story to help push somebody over the edge, if I'm talking to maybe a husband that needs to talk to the wife, or the wife that talks to the husband, if I'm talking to somebody that's going without coverage, that is my story, right? That is my number one story that I reflect back on. I say, listen, I talked to somebody one time that felt a lot of the same way, right? You bring in this third party story. I talked to somebody that felt a lot the same, right? Like had a very similar feeling. And it wasn't 30 days after we put them on the plan that her husband had almost $1 million in medical bills. So, while I understand that you've got to think about it, I think that we think about it for the first 10 days that the policy starts, because you've got a free look period anyways. If we have to cancel it, you'll get your money back. It's no big deal. Let's go ahead and get this thing squared away now, because in 30 days, you never know what could happen. In 10 days, you don't know what could happen. And use that story, right? Facts tell, stories sell. Hopefully that helps. If you need more info on the story, if you want the EOBs, reach out to me. Like I said, email is in the description. Phone number, I think, is even in the description. I mean, I'm accessible, guys. Reach out. I'm here. Would love to connect. And as always, throw a comment in the comments below about your favorite story. Give me the brief version. I want to hear your stories. Talk to you soon.
I'm a health insurance hustler. Bradley Hannon's the name. I'm here to teach these agents how to play the game. I'm a health insurance hustler. One thing you should know about me, I'm a health insurance hustler. BradHannon.com.